Steph, let's go ahead and move on to the guy nobody really doubted. It was Joe Burrow. He's absolutely dealing this season. What do you like out of him so far in Cincinnati? It's been tremendous to watch him support three different wide receiver options on, many different weeks. He's leading the league in pass attempts. Joe Burrow's lived up to the hype for me. What do you think he's going to be moving forward for fantasy?
It's crazy, too, because you look at the difference between Herbert and Burrow. These guys are on complete opposite ends of the spectrum. You think of Justin Herbert as I'm not comping him there, but you think of him as like a Mahomes, run around, air it out. He's going to get some rushing bonus stuff in there. Joe Burrow is kind of the opposite where, and he has been good from a rushing perspective, but it's not like the arm strength. He's not taking these deep shots downfield. He's really been more of a kind of calculated, let me pick apart this defense, take what they give me type of player. And it's just that volume. That's what you love to see, that passing movie for especially a rookie quarterback. I think we were all pretty conservative with our projections. We said prior to the draft, we said when Joe Burrow's on the Bengals, if they can hit maybe 600 pass attempts, he's going to be a fantasy asset. And right now he's on pace to hit 670 pass attempts, which would have led the league last year over Jameis Winston. And over the last 5 years, the only guys to pass this pace that Burrow is on, the 670 pass attempt pace, would be 2018 Big Ben, which we saw what happened to his elbow the next year.
Yikes.
And then 2016, Drew Brees and Joe Flacco. That was the times when those defenses were just completely crumbling and those guys had to air it out a ton. So you look over the last 5 years, what Joe Burrow's doing is historic. 42 pass attempts per game. And with Joe mixing out, this Bengals offense is going to have to rely on Joe Burrow even more. He's been a sneaky rushing guy. He's had 3 rushing touchdowns on the year to start his career. He's only had one truly disappointing fantasy start, and it was against Baltimore where you're probably sitting him anyway. So even if it's garbage time, Burrow's going to be putting up points. He was a guy that we said grab him in those double-digit rounds in your draft because we could see the upside from a guy like this coming in, and I don't think anyone expected this type of volume, but it's great.
Yeah, absolutely. And hopefully Mixon's back this week. We'll see. Still not practicing. So, I think as of this recording, the expectation is he will be out this week. They have the bye next weekend to bring him back after that, but keep an eye on it. But you're right. He's going to have to keep airing it out, and it's to Higgins, Boyd, and A.J. Green. And all these guys are start-worthy right now in fantasy football. They're all seeing around 80% of snaps. It's kind of like a three-way timeshare there in Cincinnati. And you think about them, they're all very different players. Tyler Boyd is more of a safe, high floor play. Right now he's getting 9 targets a game. He's really over-indexed in the touchdown category, and he's a top 10 receiver in PPR, which is crazy. So you're rolling him out every single week.
Nice.
You've got Tee Higgins, who's more of the upside, league winner, late rookie breakout, like A.J. Brown last year type of player. Right now he's still a wide receiver 3, though, with upside on a week in and week out basis. In his last 6 games, 7 targets a game, over 15 yards per catch. This guy's getting it done, and Burrow is getting him the ball early and often in games. I mean, Higgins is making plays all over the field. And then even A.J. Green, there's that Undertaker gif where he comes out of the grave and sits up. That's A.J. Green. We might have to throw that in here if we can, Steph. But he seemed like he was dead and gone. But he's back. Last 2 games, 84% of snaps, 12 targets a game. I don't know if they're trying to showcase him before the trade deadline or what. But he's back, and until further notice, you can throw him in your flex. It's a little bit riskier because he has been up and down, but you can't deny the production and the targets and the snaps. So the fact that a rookie quarterback is supporting 3 fantasy-relevant wide receivers on a bad team only adds up to be able to start that quarterback in fantasy football. So I'm in on starting Joe Burrow. I mean, in a tough matchup, maybe there's a better streamer available, but he's going to continue to deal. And, he's 3rd in the NFL in passing yards, but he's way down the list in passing touchdowns. I think he's in the 20s. So there has to be some positive regression coming there for Joe Burrow in terms of passing touchdowns. So keep an eye out for that as well.